lovely people. Welcome to the lovely place. My name is Sean, and this is the second part in our series. It could be the third if you want to count when we got the rock delivered, but we'll just call it the second part in the series for getting all of these ditches dug out so that we can put that riprap, that 5 to 9 inch rock in there. We're going to lay some fabric down. Got the mini excavator down there. Today we have the Kubota skid steer, and it is going to be a lovely day. We're going to get a lot done. If you were with us on the last video, you can see I got burnt. I'm all red faced now, red necked. So today I'm prepared. I have some sunscreen, so hopefully I won't get as burnt today as I did before. Boy, that sun is gorgeous. Well, it's bright early. It's a Sunday morning. It's about 7 a.m. and we're going to be calling it a day early today. We're going to get a lot done this morning, and going to call it probably about 10:30, so we can get some church activities in. JoJo's going to be taking his mom to church today. I think that's awesome. After all, this is the day that the Lord has made, right? Every day is. I was driving here this morning and just felt so much gratitude for the Lord and for all that He does for us every day. And when I have a failure for words when it comes to showing my gratitude, Jesus gave us what we call the Lord's Prayer and said, you know, you can pray like this. And I find myself doing it all the time. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. God is good. Let's get this show on the road. I praise God. I tell you, without Him, nothing's possible. Without Him, we have no breath in us. We have no life. I pray for each and every one of you, and for your families, that first and foremost, that Jesus Christ will be your Lord and Savior and their Lord and Savior. We're in serious times, folks. We're in times where we got to get past all of each other's faults, and we got to start talking to each other about Jesus. That doesn't mean we don't turn away from our sin. No, we must turn away from our sin. And I am not perfect. In fact, in the first 5 minutes of every video that I am in with you here, you're going to find fault in me over and over. You'll see sin, because we're sinners and we all fall short of the glory of God. But that's the beauty of the sacrifice. That's the beauty of what He did for us on the cross. Let's get some work done. Let's see this ditch get dug, and hopefully we'll be laying fabric and riprap. We got a lot to do in a little bit of time this morning. And I don't know if you did see the previous video where we dug all these ditches so far and got all prepared for this. I told you some really good news. JoJo here is going to be leaving a skid steer here for at least a week, and he said, hey, if you want to use that thing and do any work around here, go for it. And I couldn't be happier. I have yet to ever sit in the seat of a skid steer and operate one, so he's going to give me a quick tutorial, and you're going to see some videos coming soon where I'll be getting some projects done. So that's going to be cool, and that's going to be exciting. All right, let's get this done. kind of show you what's going on here. Right here, we've not got a lot of trenching going on, and this driveway's been built for about 2.5 years, and we already know where the problems lie, and we've been taking care of that up this way, all the way up, just near the sign there, the no trespassing sign up at the top. It was just eating out really good here. So we're gonna get that riprap in here, get it real solid so that all that goes out. We also installed another culvert up there to prevent nearly as much water down here as that we've already received. And again, right here, we didn't have any issue because that culvert was taking all that water, and the issue didn't begin until right down here where he started this morning. And that's why we're starting there, because if this can grow grass, and we got to get some topsoil right here, get some seed. A lot of this hillside looked like that. I added topsoil on a previous video. You can find that with the tractor and the bucket, and then we planted seed and got some grass. But I ran out of topsoil, or the ability to get it that day from this pile. The rest of it's up there, and I didn't get to that. There's a couple spots toward the top of the hill, so I'll need to get that done as soon as I possibly can, just to prevent further erosion there. So yesterday, if you've seen this part one, you'll see that we installed this culvert down here on this. This is the curve, the lowest area of the driveway. And so we're going to be digging this culvert straight over to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling out some of this fabric. This is landscape fabric that I purchased at a landscape specialty supply house. It is, if I remember correctly, it's called 3 ounce. There is 900 feet of it on this roll in length, and the width of this is 6 feet. And so I'm trying to see if that even looks like 6 feet. Yeah, that looks like 6 feet. I'm standing downhill, but yeah, it's right there at it. So we're gonna cut this, we're gonna roll it out, curve it into this ditch here, and he brought some landscape pins that I have in the bucket. We'll pin the corners, and then we'll start bringing some rock in, and we'll be doing that all the way up through here and all the way down and around. torch with me to burn through this, because if you burn through it, it won't fray on the end. But just as luck would have it, I dropped the torch upside down. So the part that the gas and the fire comes out of, sunk in the ground, filled it about 3 inches deep with nice moist soil. Couldn't get it out, couldn't get that thing to fire up. So here we are, got the trusty Milwaukee blade. We're gonna get it cut. Not too bad. So the question will be, will I have enough to bring it all the way up to the edge here and then roll more and bring up to this edge, or just leave it like that? It'd be nice to cover the whole deal just to prevent the weeds from coming up and needing to go in there and do any weed eating or spray weed killer in there. So we're gonna pin it up top and we'll go from there. While I'm doing that, I'll let you see some more digging going on. So other than getting hot and sweaty already, this is a real simple process getting this fabric down. So let me show you what we got going on here. I grabbed a hammer immediately and I started using that to punch these landscape fabric staples in. And all I did was on the top line so far, on this corner I put 1, 2, 3. And then, I don't know, about every 10 or 12 feet, I just got one up there at the top. Got it hanging down into the curve. We're missing a good 2 or 3 feet coming up on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay all the fabric in all the ditches, because like I said, I bought 900 feet of this. And if we have any left over, which I hope we do, then I'll double it right there. Probably put it from the middle up to the curve here, or from that end up this way. That'll give it some really good protection if I have enough to do that. And if not, then I'll just have to get used to spraying some weed killer on this side of it. But I hope I can have enough to do that. So we'll get her done, and let's go do the next rollout. start like I did on the other one from that end and work our way over here with these staples. I need to grab the hammer and the bucket. I'd fix one up down there. That way we're gonna stay between the lines, right? Just like our mama taught us. Sometimes you'll find a rock.
There's a lot of rock right there. Okay, let's try it right here. Woo, boy, it's hot. All right, we need to find a spot here somewhere. There, we'll take that one. No, wait, yeah. Maybe. Well, we'll bend it up there. Once the rock is on here, laying here, obviously, we're gonna be good to go. It's just trying to keep it in place when we dump the rock, that it doesn't just go everywhere. This is some tough fabric because this is a pretty sharp razor blade, I think. It's not been on this tool too long. All right, that'll do for that little curve there. So check it out. Not too bad. I'll straighten all this up real quick and we'll be good to go up here for the moment. That will do. All right, let's check out his ditch work. We'll come back to this in a minute. What he's doing is a lot more interesting. You can do this in your sleep. Let's go down there. All right, it's looking good. So yeah, I busted this old tile up with my bush hog, so I'm gonna come in with a saw or somehow support that, make it look a little bit better. But yeah, he's doing a great job here. I like having a grass line. Following it really well. That way I can mow right up to the riprap. The riprap is going to be going right down in there.
I am hot. So while you've been sitting there in the air conditioner watching this cool excavator go at it, and look, man, he has done a good job. I want to take you back there and let you see the line he's created with this thing. But while you've been doing that, I've been up the hill there and I have been laying more fabric. I told you could do it in your sleep, but it's probably gonna be a nightmare, because I tell you what, I don't know, maybe if you're 25 you're good to go, but for me, I gotta wear old man out quickly. All right, so check this out. Look at this line. Doesn't that look nice? Curving around through there, and it's lining up as it's going straight up. It's lining up with that next one. We're gonna leave some space in between that's not washing out. Keep it grass. Just do what we have to do. This is looking great. Not so bad up there either. All right, so that's the first one I put down. And like I said, we're gonna come back if we've got enough fabric and come up this side of the hill on the ditch. Now, I want you to look at that pretty curve up there. He did an awesome job digging out the contour of that one right there in front of us. It just curves real pretty on that hillside there, all the way down to this culvert. And you can see it a little bit better now that I've laid out the fabric. And when we get that rock up there, it's gonna look great. But yeah, that was a booger. I want to pop a couple staples on this side just to hold it up, because it's kind of steep and it's kind of falling down. Go down there and look at him do this artwork he's doing a little bit more. Won't be long till we're laying down rock. Got a lot more fabric to put down. So he was just telling me that this job, you know, I told you he had to lease this piece of equipment. He's got that bucket. His bucket is a 4-foot wide ditching bucket with no teeth on it. He said this is definitely by far the longest ditch he's done without his ditching bucket. But for the bucket he's got, I think we're getting one heck of a job done here. Time will tell, but I think she will hold up. We see here, he found something here. Just a oh wow, what is this? I don't know. This looks like it's almost, it almost looks carved, but this could be natural.
Is it a rock?
Yeah, it's a rock, but look at this indentation here. This looks like an ear almost. I don't know. I've heard stories about this creek that someone had found a rock that was carved into like the shape of a bear. Now, take a look at that and see what you think. It does look. When he first saw it, he said he thought it looked like a celt. because of the way it looked like the rope that would have been possibly tied around it would have been in that indention.
Yes, Indian artifact, so.
Right, and that the end down here would have been broke off in that case. One is for like hoeing, right?
Yes.
And the other one for what, raking or?
Yeah, they use it for several things.
Yeah.
I mean,
but we don't know that that's what this is. It's probably not, but I'm gonna clean it up and see if we can see anything, find anything out about it. We'll throw it in the bucket over here. Yeah, there's no question about it.
A lot of quartz, flint.
Tons of flint around here. When we originally dozed the driveway, I can't tell you how many pieces of busted up flint. No telling what kind of artifacts were just destroyed. Sadly, when that happened, like I said, I have found about 8 to 10 arrowheads. I'll have to show you guys one of these days. But they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, just some of them are absolutely perfect. You couldn't draw a picture any better than these look. Inner tube. He was asking me if I should. Hey, hold up! I see something. Raise up. Oh, it's just another one that's got an indentation like that, but I don't think it's anything. Huh? I'll show these guys. Well, this is probably nothing at all either, but I just saw this from a distance. Another rock that has that kind of an indentation. Just interesting. I think that's natural. I'll tell you what, based on our time limits today, laying fabric up there, I ought to continue going ahead and finishing up everything coming this way, because you're going to be working this way, aren't you?
Well, I was thinking, because of the time frame, I need to do everything I need to do with this. Yeah. So I can get it back. Right. And come back this week after work.
I don't know if laying that fabric down without rock on top of it, and it rains, rain goes under there and does any causes any issue to put some on. Yeah, believe it or not, 9 o'clock this morning we were supposed to get a little. It all of a sudden happened last night. They showed it, but it never came.
I think there is still a chance this afternoon.
Right now, all day, even right now, it shows 40 to 50%. So we could get rain at any time.
Feel them cool gusts of air.
Oh, yeah, that feels good. We need that. We don't need rain, though. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm up here laying fabric and I just looked down and I saw all those dirt piles, all as far as you can see. I think he left me that skid steer for a reason, but I'm happy I get to do it. All right, so what I just did was right here, as you can see, this is on the edge of the ditch pretty good. As it starts getting further, the ditch gets wider. So I'm going to start cutting a little bit of this off and pin it on top here. And we'll see this. That way we'll have coverage and we won't have weeds growing up. I think I need to come back this way just a little bit. Right there's good. The wind's kicking up finally. It's not been doing that so far and it's been nice, but it's here now. All right, let's cut a line. I think we'll try to stay near this green line here. I tell you what, this stuff is hard to cut. This is a brand new blade. I just flipped it over. So that little torch would have really came in handy. This is gonna be tedious, so let's go into warp speed and put some music on this. Like he finished up back there and he's headed this way. I'm gonna put the freight in down in the ditch, and the end that I did not cut this way up here would be a little bit better for us. We'll just cover this with rock. Getting it. That's a bent one. That wind's starting to feel good. We may be getting rain before we know it. What I can tell you right now is we will not finish this morning. I'm putting another one in because I hit dirt that was not solid at all, so I don't know that it'll hold. So let me try it right here. That's a little bit better. All right, so like I said, we won't finish this today, and
I'm thinking because these videos are kind of lengthy, I will go ahead and break this into another day. I will show you more here. We're hoping to go ahead and get some rock down so the wind doesn't blow this away, and or if it rains before he gets back up here, we don't have an issue of the water getting under there and messing things up too bad. So we're gonna get some of this rock right here on here right now on this video. That's the plan. So don't go anywhere, but I'll go ahead and tell you that we're not finishing this today. So there will be another part to this. So if you haven't got to do so yet, subscribe please to the channel. We'd love to have you be a part of it. If you've never been here before and this is your first time, I don't think I've said it, but what we're doing is we're creating a homestead. That's our goal. God willing, we will have a place that will be self-sufficient, off-grid, and we'll have the opportunity to grow food, livestock, get this pasture in a good condition. Right now it's a lot of weeds and a lot of no good grass and stuff, and we're gonna put solar panels up there that we've already purchased into the barn that we built. It's on the channel as well if you've not watched it. You can see the pole barn go up, and we're putting like an emergency tiny house in the front of that pole barn in case it's ever needed, so that we can be here. Now eventually we plan on building our home here and moving here permanently. We want that to happen just as soon as possible, but a lot of things have to fall into place for that to happen. We've done a lot of work up here already, this being one of those items, but in comparison to everything, this is a pretty minor one. So yeah, we'd love for you to be a part of it. We've got water catch system that we're about to install very soon, and so we're going to have water, we're going to have electricity, we're going to eventually build a root cellar, we're going to have gardens, we're going to have animals. That's the goal. Again, I don't take anything for granted, and when I say we're going to do it, we can only do that if God allows us to. If he chooses for that to be the case, it will be done. If he doesn't, then we're just going to work our butts off and try our best. I have an old motto, and it's work like it's all up to me and pray like it's all up to God. It is all up to God, but he does expect us to put our foot forward and to work for it. He's not going to just give it to us. He says that a man who's not willing to work is basically not worth much, and also he won't be very blessed. So get to work. Let's get this done. We got a lot more to go. I'm gonna do the same thing with that fabric, the piece that I cut starting down there and working my way up to see if we can get some of that on that hillside as well. This end's wider. I'm gonna take it down low. go here and clean this up a little bit. And I really need to do a little bit more of that way. We'll see if I have time for that before he's going to start dumping rock. Here he comes. Bunch of rock down there. Oh, I left one. Hey Jojo, question for you. Yeah. Is it easier to put it in with the excavator? Yeah. The rock? Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it can be done with the skid steer. I'm going to use it to put it in there, up there.
You're going to use the skid steer up here? Oh, you're using that? Awesome. I think you can place it a little better that way.
You can.
Yeah. Okay, so I just finished with JoJo's help putting up this tarp right here all the way down. Just a little piece of it. We cut it in half. Throw this to the side for the moment. And all this extra, we'll end up taking that down that way because there'll be part of that hill that needs to be covered too. But for the moment, it'll go right here. I'm telling you what, this stuff is hard to cut. I was using a razor blade. He pulled out his knife that he uses for some real important needs and keeps it real sharp. I think it cut a little bit better than my razor blade did, which is wild, but it still was hard as it could be. What is it? Benchmade? That's the brand? Benchmade. It's a good knife. It cut pretty well, but this stuff, it's made not to tear. And that's a good sign. So now our goal is to put some 3 to 5 inch rock in here to keep the wind from blowing this away. And when we do it, to prevent us from knocking this fabric off the sides. Keeping it up there right where it's at. So JoJo, what's the technique here? Is it to drop it in the middle first and then work it back up on the side of the hill?
If I had a dump truck following me, of course.
Yeah.
I'd just dip off of it and I'd start from the bottom and work myself up the side.
Gotcha. Since that's not the case, what's our best?
I'm gonna put some in the bottom for now.
Okay.
With the skid steer, and I'll work it up.
You're gonna work it up. Gotcha. Oh, you're gonna use the skid steer to dump it at the bottom, then bring the excavator in to move it to the sides. And this side, I mean, that's steep, so that's gonna require stacking, no doubt about it. But it's gonna look good. Are we gonna get a little bit of this done today? Right now?
About
a teeny tiny bit.
15, 20 minutes worth.
We got about 15 or 20 minutes. Enjoy this. This is something I've been really looking forward to. Let's see this come all the way to fruition. Here we go.
This is awesome, man. This is moving fast, but that rock's moving fast too. I know we're gonna need more. I'll just say it. We need one more load. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe 2 loads? we are about to have to call this one a day because it's getting to that point where he's got to load up and get going in order to get to his mom and get her to church on time. I would love to be going to church with my mama this morning. Now, she lives about 2 hours away from me, so I really should get to you more often, Mama. I'm sorry I don't, but you know how much I love you. The more often I can get to you, the better. Well, JoJo just hit the road, and I wanted to show you how much rock we've used so far. So this on each side is still part of the second load, and he's just now getting into the first load after that. So, you know, this is going to go further than I thought. He recommended that I get one load of 2 to 3 inch to put in some spots to conserve this stuff, where this stuff's not really as important to have. We might put it around some of the stuff here at the top, perhaps, and fill in the cracks so you don't see the black tarp underneath it. But all in all, for 2.5 hours today, 3.5 hours today, it went pretty well. I think we got a lot done. It was a pretty successful day. Obviously, we're going to come in here, clean this up with the excavator, push it all up to the side, bring it out of the middle, and smooth it the best we can. That's the plan. But I think it's going good. Our hope is that if the weather holds up and it's not too rainy, that he comes back tomorrow after he gets off from work and I meet him up here and we continue this. But for now, we're going to call this video complete. And I just want to take a second and say thanks. You know, we've been doing this for a while now, and recording our journey, and now, you know, making kind of some friends in the comments, and hearing from a lot of you folks, and getting some encouragement from you and words of wisdom. It really means a lot, and it does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. I have a lot of gratitude for you guys and for you viewing. If you would consider sharing the video. We want to get to our 1,000 subscriber spot, and we're over halfway. We're well over halfway there, and our subscriber base is going up faster than it was before. So that means the videos are getting out there, and you guys are watching, and it's paying off for us. So, and I don't mean financially. What I mean is it's paying off for us, putting the time investment into this part of what we're doing. You know, we figured, I learned a lot when I started recording, or when I started watching YouTube videos, or when I started watching different videos online to determine, you know, what I needed to do. In fact, everything you see going on right here, I watched a lot of videos prior to doing this. So I had an idea of what this would take. I think this is probably the best rip-rap ditch digging video online. I think we've really got you some good shots, and I think you're seeing enough of this so that if you wanted to rent your own mini excavator and skid steer, you could probably take this on. I feel confident that I could. So I hope it's been beneficial, and I hope you'll come back. We appreciate you being here today. Thanks for joining us at the lovely place. We'll see you on the next part of this rip-rap install. Talk to you soon.